You can support In the Past Lane with a donation via Patreon or PayPal. Just go to inthepastlane.com and click on support. Thanks.
Whoa, hit the brakes. You've arrived at the #1 drive-by for American history. Welcome to The Pit Stop. Brought to you by In the Past Lane, the podcast about history and why it matters. Here's Edward T. O'Donnell, your host and historian at large.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to The Pit Stop, your Monday source for history on the go in just about 5 minutes. If you're new to the podcast, we offer this mini feature every Monday, in addition to our full feature episodes. Like last week's episode where I spoke to Patricia Miller about her new book on a Gilded Age Me Too scandal. Here's what happened in American history the week of January 21st, 2019. Let's start with birthdays. January 21st, 1824, Confederate General Thomas Stonewall Jackson was born in Clarksburg, Virginia. Jackson attended West Point and served with distinction in the Mexican-American War. In the 1850s, he taught at the Virginia Military Institute. He joined the Confederate Army at the outbreak of the Civil War and quickly emerged as a brilliant military commander. Stonewall Jackson was killed in May 1863 at the Battle of Chancellorsville by fellow Confederate troops that mistook his group for Union soldiers. His death was a major loss for the Confederacy. Stonewall Jackson once said, "I have seen enough of war to make me look upon it as the sum of all evils." January 23rd, 1737, that's the birthday of patriot and merchant John Hancock, who was born in Braintree, Massachusetts. John Hancock was one of the richest men in colonial America at the outset of the Revolutionary War. He joined the resistance to British policies early on and served in the Continental Congress. He's best known for being the first to sign the Declaration of Independence and to have signed it with one of the more spectacular signatures in American history. January 24th, 1862, novelist Edith Wharton was born in New York City. Wharton emerged in the early 20th century as one of America's great novelists. In books like The Age of Innocence and The House of Mirth, Wharton revealed the complex lives of New York City's Gilded Age aristocracy. Edith Wharton once wrote, "The only way not to think about money is to have a lot of it." January 26, 1944, civil rights activist, feminist, and writer Angela Davis was born in Birmingham, Alabama. Davis gained national attention in the 1960s as one of the more radical civil rights activists. For a time, she was a member of the Black Panther Party and was arrested on numerous occasions. For the last 40 years, she's continued her radical political activism while also writing books and plays and teaching at various universities. Angela Davis once said, "When one commits oneself to the struggle, it must be for a lifetime." January 27, 1850, labor leader Samuel Gompers was born in London, England. Gompers was a cigar maker by trade, and in the late 19th century, after he emigrated to the U.S., he became the leader of a new national labor organization, the American Federation of Labor. Samuel Gompers once said, "Show me the country that has no strikes, and I'll show you the country in which there is no liberty." All right, what about events? January 21st, 1977, President Jimmy Carter, in his first full day in office, issued an unconditional pardon for hundreds of thousands of American men who had resisted the military draft during the Vietnam War. The war had ended only 4 years earlier, and Carter's decision proved controversial. But it also allowed draft resistors to come out of the shadows, and many of them to return from abroad where they had taken refuge. January 22nd, 1973, the Supreme Court of the United States, by a margin of 7-2, issued its landmark decision, Roe v. Wade, that legalized abortion in all 50 states. And from that day forward, abortion has played a major role in national politics. January 23rd, 1849, Elizabeth Blackwell became the first woman in the United States to earn a medical degree. After graduating first in her class from Geneva Medical College in upstate New York, Blackwell overcame many obstacles to enjoy a successful and influential career in medicine in the United States and England. Elizabeth Blackwell once said, "It's not easy to be a pioneer, but oh, it is fascinating." January 24th, 1935, the first canned beer in the United States went on sale. The pioneering company was the Kruger Brewery in Richmond, Virginia. Canned beer was a hit with customers, and by year's end, some 37 other beer companies began selling their product in cans. Which reminds me, no joke, there's a beer can museum not far from where I live in central Massachusetts. I think I need to make a field trip there one of these days. And did I mention it's also a bar? Okay, time for the last word. Let's give it to Patriot John Hancock, who was born 282 years ago this week. John Hancock once wrote, "Some boast of being friends to government. I am a friend to righteous government. to a government founded upon the principles of reason and justice. But I glory in publicly avowing my eternal enmity to tyranny. Okay, people, that's your history fix for the week. Now put it in drive and go make your own history.